almost 200 years. Along the way, we've learned what it takes to be a good business banking partner, like bankers with decades of local experience who are actually decision makers. So every business loan we make is approved right here. Experience, service, and accessibility. That's how WSFS has become the largest locally headquartered business lender in the region. We're WSFS Bank, and we stand for service. How can we help your business grow? To learn more, visit WSFSbank.com. Member FDIC.
All right, so good morning to everybody jumping on our Facebook Live this morning.
What's up? Good morning.
I wanted to tell you my MVA story.
Okay.
Buckle up. Here we go. So last weekend, we went out of town.
Yeah.
And we had to go up to Pennsylvania. My son had a baseball tournament. Shout out to the Delmarva Aces, 12U East. Got a big tournament this weekend in Sports at the Beach, too.
Okay.
We're doing 2 this fall. But, yeah, last weekend we went up to Pennsylvania, and we went up, with friends of ours. Shout out to my buddy Steve. Mm-hmm. And him and I, when we got to the hotel, like we rode together. My wife and Steve, caught a ride with us, and his wife came. But when we got there, we wanted to go and get a couple things from the store. So we went and got a couple alcoholic beverages, for the hotel when we're hanging out or whatever.
Yeah.
So we went over to the grocery store because they sell alcohol in the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
So we go and we pick out whatever we want. And this was last weekend. We go get in line. I go to, I got, what I got, and he got what he got. He's in front of me. He pays, waiting for me. I pull out my, money or whatever. And she's like, "Can I see your ID?" No problem. So I pull my ID out. I hand it to her. And she looks at it. She looks at me. And she said, "Oh, this is expired."
Oh, hell. From your birthday?
Yeah.
From July.
I said, "Hold on. Let me see it." Like I didn't believe her.
Yeah.
I was like, what expired? I was like, "You got to be kidding." And I was like, "Okay, but it's clearly me."
Yes,
I mean, come on. This is my ID. I said, I just had my birthday July 29th. And she was like, I can't sell you the alcohol. Because I didn't pay the fee and get a new ID. I didn't drive over to the MVA to get a new picture taken.
Yeah, it's expired.
That's my license, though.
I know, it's expired, though.
It's so dumb.
I've been caught up in that before.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, forget it. And if you would have gotten pulled over and you show that, they could give you a ticket for that. And you can't fly with it expired.
Well, luckily we weren't flying. But
what if, because you had no idea.
No idea.
It was an innocent thing.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
No clue. Yeah, well, you shouldn't have been ignorant. You should have checked the mail, Bill. Well, things get, lost in the mail, caught up. You get busy,
So
whatever.
you had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, shout out to my man Steve. He's checking in now. Yes, I was prepared. So that was that.
All right, but when things like that happen to you, are you like, "All right, Steve, you got it. Can you show your ID? Do you leave the store? Do you get your stuff?"
Look, don't worry. We make it work.
I know, but I'm saying for you, you don't like it when that kind of stuff
No,
happens.
I don't. I don't
And
like
it's
no problems.
bothering you the entire time because now you know it's expired.
No, I was actually relaxed. I was
Okay,
all right.
all right,
I was all
all
right.
right.
We got through it.
Because once something's on your mind, you just want to get it taken care of.
Just done. We don't wait.
Right.
There's no patience. There's no waiting.
So-
Okay, so anyway, we got through the weekend. Everything was fine. So this week, we get home and I'm like, I got to go over to I got to do this, and my wife is so much better at all that kind of stuff than I am. So, she's great at it. So she goes online and looks to see. I said, "Can we just do it online?"
Do it online, yeah.
No, you can't do it online because you got to go get a picture and all
right.
this.
Well, they have a kiosk.
Well, I don't know about that. So anyway,
All
she
right.
goes on and she looks up what I got to do. And it says I have to go to the MVA. Mm-hmm. And she sends to me what I have to bring. Okay? And you have to make an appointment. All right? So yesterday was the day.
Yes.
I had a couple things to do, and I left here when we got off the air.
Yeah.
And she said, all right, it was like 1 or 1:15. So 1:15, I had to go to the MVA. So I had everything that I need. It says, this is what it says from the website. All right, mva.maryland.gov. Real ID special instructions. What to bring to your appointment. Remember to bring all your documents to your scheduled appointment. This includes 1 proof of age and identity, 1 proof of Social Security, and 2 proofs of your Maryland residential address. Okay? So I had my license that I had. I had Social Security card, whatever, any kind of cards I needed. And I had a couple different pieces of mail just in case.
Yeah. Different bills or whatever.
Yes.
That have your name on it.
Yep.
Got it.
I get over there. I get my ticket. I go sit down.
You're ready for your appointment.
Ready to go. So I get up to the window, and the lady says, you need 1 proof of age and identity. I said, here, this is the license that expired. This is me, She's like, no, you need a passport or a birth certificate.
Stop it.
I said, a passport or a birth certificate? I don't have that with me.
Stop it.
I said, this is me. This is my ID that I'm turning into you to get a new one. She's like, no, I'm sorry, sir. I can't help you. She said, you have to come back with your birth certificate or your passport.
Here we go.
I said, my license is expired. I need to get this. And at this point, I'm like fuming. At this point, I'm like fuming.
Yeah.
And then she is giving it back to me though, like nasty. So she says, it says it on the website. So I texted my wife. She sent me this screenshot of what it says on the website. I circled it. And I said, here, look. And the woman doesn't even like look at it. There's like a plexiglass there.
Yeah.
She's like, she like throws her hand up. That doesn't mean anything. That's what you need. And she gets a paper, hands it to me, and highlights where it says a birth certificate or I said, no. I said, well, just to let you know, I said, when people come and they don't have this is why. And I'm showing her what's on the website. And she says, nobody ever comes without that. She said, that doesn't mean anything. And at this point, we're like kind of going back and forth.
No, I already know.
Like ignorant.
Yeah,
like,
I know. Yes.
So then she turns around and I guess she calls the supervisor.
Good. Good.
So the supervisor's nice. So she comes over and she's like, what do you have there, sir? And I showed her. And she said, yeah, the 1 proof of age and identity is the birth certificate or the passport, because that license that you have is expired and we can't use that as a proof of age, just like you couldn't use it at the liquor store.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, this is what I'm dealing with yesterday. So, I got like instant rage. Like my neck is getting red. Like instant rage. So then I'm thinking to myself, okay, now I've got to figure out a time to come back to Salisbury. So I said, is the mobile bus that comes to Worcester County? Because you can do that. You can go get stuff done at the mobile bus. They have an MVA bus, so you don't have to drive all the way to Salisbury.
Oh.
It comes in parks in Ocean City, and you can go there at certain days and times, like once every other week or once a month or whatever it is. And she said, well, it's broke down right now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
They were supposed to go yesterday, but it's broke down right now.
You're lying.
Nope.
Bill.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
The bus is broke.
Yeah.
No.
And then they think it's like humorous that the bus is broke. But then I take it as they're like kind of underlying laughing at my situation.
But the bus is broke the week you need it.
Yeah, of course. But they're all... Now, when the supervisor came over, at that point, the other lady, she was... I almost said something else. The other lady was nicer to me. All of a sudden, she like gets a little nicer. Because I've already given it back to her. But then the supervisor's there, so she wants to do a show.
Yeah.
Now,
if your license was technically not expired yet, but you wanted to go there to get a real ID, because now there's like a difference, and they put a little star. This is in Delaware. They put a little star, yellow star in the corner.
Right.
I have to get it coming up to get this real ID. But my ID, my license is not expired. Can I use that as proof of age?
I don't know. Who the hell knows?
Like, is she telling you
they
could
change
not
it at
use
their pleasure?
Yours? Yeah, you could not use yours because it's
expired. No,
expired?
it had to be a birth certificate or passport. That's what you have to bring. And I have both.
I don't.
Actually, our passport.
I don't.
Actually, our passport is kind of.
Where am I going to get a birth certificate from?
Here it is. Shout out to Christy checking in. Bill, I had an appointment at the MVA bus yesterday, and they called. It was canceled because they said it was broke down.
Broke down.
Yep.
No way.
So, to make a long story even longer, she came up with
No.
2 suggestions for me.
No.
I could get a 45-day temporary
How much
ID
is that?
free,
Okay. All right.
and they could do it right then, which obviously I
Okay.
did.
Yes. Yes.
So, I don't have a license. I have a paper.
Oh, it's a paper.
Yeah.
Got it. Did they take your license?
I can't remember. I don't know. It's such a rage. I don't even know if I think she took it.
And you have to carry this paper.
Yeah,
now.
it's in the car.
So that was the first suggestion.
So now, if you see me outside of 7-Eleven asking somebody to buy me some alcohol,
Yeah.
Please try to help me out.
What's the second option?
They could give me the temporary. And then she said, were you born in Maryland? I said, yes. She said, okay, you can go over to the health department here in Salisbury, Wacomico, and they can give you a birth certificate so you don't have to go all the way back home to Ocean City and get it, because that was my whole thing. I got to go all the way back to Ocean Pines, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to come back. My son had practice. We got to go. We don't have time for this.
I know. That's why you scheduled an appointment and left work early already.
Yeah. So she said, if you just want to get the 45-day and come back at your leisure, or you can get the 45-day and then go over here to the health department in Salisbury, because now she's being all nice. And she said the only thing is you got to pay for it.
Yeah, it's like $25, right?
And I have it at home.
I know.
So now what I got to do is I have to. I said, all right, thanks. Just let's get this over with.
Let's go. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I think they are going to send, because they did take my picture. They said you'll get your thing in the mail within 5 days.
Get what in the mail?
Your temporary license.
Oh.
So they go through and send you all that. And it just says when it's expired.
And it'll have 45 days.
Yeah. It's a nightmare. It is a freaking nightmare. There is no point in that. If I was trying to run a scam on you,
There's no easy way.
there's never an
get this
easy way.
done.
There is
No.
never an easy way. So I got to come back. I guess I got to go on a Thursday. They're open until 7 on Thursday.
Gosh.
And I said, I guess there's no hope for the bus. She's like, I don't really know. And they think that's hilarious that the buses broke down. So, but that's my story.
I know you were pissed.
763.
The whole day. I already know. I get so frustrated with that.
Next time, take everything, including the dang kitchen sink. Right. So
Wow.
there you go. That's my
Wow.
MVA story.
Yeah, your social, your DNA, blood work, all
Yeah,
of it.
I already know.
All of it.
They you said about the worst initials ever, MVA.
Yeah. And you
And I was getting ready to say F. WTF.
you were saying WT.
F. And then I went further and I was like F.
We here, Power 1017 are celebrating.